Alright, boys and girls, this is Daponk, some you may know, and he made the final table of the 30, you can see in the top left, $33 Deepstack tournament. It was a small field, like 125 players, but he asked to rail and I railed him. The quality it's pretty bad because I recorded from his via Skype. He shares his monitor, if you understand, whatever. So we can see his whole cards, and you can see this is my my own how do you call it, stuff up over his screen. So you can see the payouts here. We're already down to 8 players, so first place 860, and he's the big chip leader right now. So that's pretty good. A lot of short stacks, not real short stacks, but like 20 big blinds, so kind of short. And Daponk with over 300k, that's almost half the chips. And this is recorded earlier, and we'll just see what happens and move along, and we try to what was I gonna say? I'm also playing another tournament on Titan, but yeah, we can see his whole cards and he plays, so we can just comment on his plays, and you can see his stats and everything. So during the game, I chat on Skype, so we already discussed some hands and whatever. So hopefully I can recall that and give it into the comments. So it should be interesting. We had I was railing, and you could see Nutrinho. You could see who just raised 2 to Daponk's left. It was really super aggressive, so it was a pretty tough player actually. And we'll see some spots later on which demonstrates that. But yeah, I saw him on the previous final 2 tables. I saw him raise like every pot, re-raising a lot. You can see from the stats already, he has a 33% 3-bet rate over 18 hands, which is like huge. But you will see later on all the 3-bet hands and etc. So the video just runs, and I think I don't pause it. Maybe I pause when something boring is happening, but whatever. So we're pretty deep stacked here with Nutrinho on the big blinds. So it may be a fold, or 3-bet's kind of bad, so we can see a flop. I think it's probably fine. 7-8 suited. It kind of sucks that we have all these short stacks, like everyone has under 50 big blinds, and most of them are under 30 big blinds, and we're only we are effectively 100 big blinds versus him. And we see some weird plays by him. So he bets 1k here. That's the minimum C bet. In hindsight, I think it's probably a monster, and I think he bets pretty big on the turn. So of course we just we float basically, and he doesn't bet big. So yeah, nothing we can do here. So we just fold. We're basically just calling for the backdoor straight or flush draws. So. Pretty weird, but if a bad card comes on the turn, we could check raise bluff him or whatever, do some fancy stuff. But yeah, he did have some very varying bet sizes. Like here he bets 35 instead of 3k last hand, so he probably gave a lot of tells away, but we couldn't figure out much yet. So maybe we'll figure it out during the video I'm just making. So against the shorties we fold. Yeah, we see some pretty bad play. It just seems like Nutrinho just doesn't like folding ever. So we'll see that later on as well. I think this hand demonstrates that as well. You see an early position raise from the short stack. You see bets, and Nutrinho gets it in. I think behind, yeah, he has top pair with 8 jack offsuit. He shouldn't be calling pre-flop, that's like gross, and he doubles the shorty up. I mean, yeah, I guess that's pretty bad. Just fold pre-flop, but as I said, he doesn't like folding, especially when he's in the big blind. 10 deuce off, that's a fold. There could be some spot later on where we could have folded like instead of open, because probably Nutrinho is going to 3-bet here. Oh, he just calls, that's interesting. There was some spots he called, but most of the time he's just 3-betting from the blinds. I think that's overall general a pretty good strategy, because most people don't play back at you and you can run them over pretty much. Especially, maybe on the 33 level, dollar level, it's kind of on the borderline how many people give you credit or not. So here he donks, folds, so Paulo shoves it in, whatever he had, probably an ace of hearts, but he just folds. We had some chat from another railer. Paulo guy was also a Dutch guy. I haven't seen this hand around those limbs under the gun. Sorry if I keep you popping up because, yeah. Well, the trio folds. His stats are 43-35, if I can see correctly. I think that the quality will get better later when we reset the settings or whatever, so it should be better, but it's kind of okay. I mean, when I'm recording now, I can pretty much read the stats. Oh yeah, I remember this. I forgot to show this. This is it was just before we started recording, so you can see the stacks here. Daponk at 150 and Nutrinho at 257. He had been 3-betting a lot earlier, so we know he's pretty crazy. So here we Daponk has queens, and we are pretty deep stacked, but we're blind feet of button feet behind. So he 3-bets like probably any two, or at least top 50% or whatever. So Daponk has queens, so he wants to get it in. So we discussed it and we said we probably should make like a small 4-bet, sorry, to induce to make him go crazy because he doesn't like to fold. So that's what we do. We make it like mini 4-bet, and we do get him to go crazy. He 5-bets, which is actually ICM wise probably a gross spot because all the short stacks that were so deep stacked, and the queens, yeah. But Daponk was right. I probably would have been a nit and go fold, but Daponk went with his gut and just shipped it in. We'll get back to it, but yeah, we're back. So he 5-bets and he just jams it in. Screw it. And hilariously enough, Nutrinho probably couldn't fold anymore after we 6-bet shove. So, but yeah, it's pretty funny to see his hand there. Ace-7 off, he goes crazy. So that gave us like a huge lead. I'm talking about us. That's okay, probably. Yeah, so let's fold. And we have a break, and I hope I paused it so we don't have to. Yeah, here I was calculating how much chips we had. It's probably about 50% of the chips. But yeah, we're still pretty deep stack, especially compared to Nutrinho. And what did I want to say? Yeah, there we go. Quality is pretty better. much better now. So this hand was also pretty gross, where nutrinho c-bet called a raise. Oh, I'm gonna replay it. So he's opened standard. Oh, wow, 10 call. It's probably fine. He c-bet small, and he called the raise. He hit the king, and they get it in. Yeah, probably not sure about the shove with the tens, but he probably thought he was weak. And alright, anyway, back to this hand. As we predicted when we opened the button, so this could be a hand we could fold because he's got a 3-bet, but yeah, we didn't feel like we want to get run over. So, but it's probably a close open or fold, but I'm not sure what we do here. I think, yeah, we were discussing about shoving, but I thought that was pretty, yeah, I mean, maybe he does shove, I'm not sure. We could 4-bet again, be crazy, but we analyzed that he's 3-bet solo light, we could probably shove profitably, maybe N2, or at least like this hand, this kind of hand range. I'm still not sure what we do. Yeah, Daponk finds his heart and shoves. Oh, we go back to the fold. I think we fold, by the way. Yeah, we do. I think after we take so much time, we don't really represent much by shoving, so still pretty retarded. So here, yeah, we had the same problem. Jack 4 offsuit. If we might have like a better hand, we could definitely call his 3-bet in position, which we will be doing later on, if I remember correctly. So yeah, here we were checking his 3-bet percentage, 33%. Here we go again. I mean, he does it like probably every hand. So it's pretty ugly to play against, but if you find your heart and just ship it in, it's pretty exploitable. So here you can see he folds again, so he's just re-stealing every hand. Definite fold. And an all-in. That's not good. So another player busts. No worries, no queen is coming. So fold. Yeah, 5 remaining. No, 6. 2, 4, 6. Yeah. Didn't see the payout. It's too fast. Yeah, his steal percentage 60%. It's probably, yeah, probably higher. If it folds to him, he'd probably raise like 80% of his hands. I feel like it. So here he c-bets a little bit bigger. I'm gonna remember that. Oh yeah, I remember this hand, I think. Public checks behind, so we were assuming we were already like discussing what hand he had, so he thought he had a weak queen or a 7, and he would not never ever fold. So the trio is probably gonna bet, and Pavlik just keeps the pot small and gets Neutrino to bluff. At least that was his plan, and I think that's gonna happen. Yeah, you can see it. He snap called with jacks, and yeah, Neutrino had nothing. Kind of surprised Neutrino checked the turn if he when he missed when he like still had air. So we could, yeah, not sure why it does that. Again, here we have a suited connector. And I remember in the voice chat we were like, woohoo, we flop an open ender, wow, we cannot play a pot against him. So, yeah, about the line we're gonna take, I think he's bet small again. Yeah. and we get the fucking